Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Good afternoon. Okay, so if some of you are wondering where I've been for the last sort of today and yesterday, last minute changes at work. Someone got sick. I had to cover them for night shifts and all sorts. So that's what happened. Completely threw out my routine, so I haven't done any fasted cardio at 5 a.m. because I've been sleeping at 5 a.m. because I've been doing a night shift because some motherfucker decided to get sick. So that's where I've been. So everything should go back to normal tomorrow. Well, I'm off now until I start the new task in central London. So back to normal tomorrow. So we're going to get the last 3 parts. So the last 3 days of the 15 days of fasted cardio today, which sorry, not today, sorry, Friday. See, I'm all confused. I don't know what day it is or anything. So you're going to get 13 on Friday 13th, 14 on Saturday, and 15 on Sunday. So yeah, I'll catch up with it. But yeah, it's just something that was completely out of my control. So over to today's video on BitChute. So yeah, check out BitChute, and we're going to start this video now. Alright, so this is Jason Blaha's latest video. So it came out, what, today? Yep, today. A few hours ago. It's only got 437 views. It's his video on his channel. There we go. And it's Orc Mode Training Dynamic Effort Bench Press Day. Dynamic effort. Please, if you see any dynamic effort in this video, please let me know in the comments below, because I never see any dynamic effort. All I see is a very disgusting old man prancing around in cum-stained shorts. And yes, the cum stains are back. And if you want any proof that this sex pig watches my YouTube channel, we'll show you. We'll show you where he addresses things that I've said and I've called him out on in my videos about him. Yeah, and he addresses them again in this. So the last BitChute roast, we went through it all, and he was pretty much, you know, it was like 3 or 4 things that he addressed. In this, same thing, addressing. He actually addresses the cum stains on his shorts, so it's quite funny. So let's watch it. Watch his pathetic effort. That's what it should be called. Not dynamic effort, but pathetic effort. One of it. Right. So he's got all the old bollocks out, all the chains and the nonsense to just show you he can't do anything. And he starts talking about bench pressing and activation of his pectoral muscles or his man boobs, and he's got drooping udders like tits. Yep, the udders are coming back. The udders. Milk me! Milk me! Oh, it's been a while. But yeah, the udders are coming back. The milk me bad boy udders are coming back. And I'll put a little link in the, not a link, I'll put a picture up to show you. One of my subscribers sent me a timestamp from one of his videos, said, look at these udders. And yeah, the picture should be there now. But yeah, it's just hanging, drooping, sagging tits like udders. Like a cat that's had loads of kittens. Just drooping, sagging skin. Quite disgusting. Anyway, let's get into the video. And we got some of the videos from the past as well to bolt onto the end of this video. So lots to cover.
Everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for another Orc Mode workout, and today was Dynamic Effort Bench Press Day. I made some adjustments and changes slightly, which we will be discussing here. But just a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos every day, please remember to click like down.
Why's he got the pad on there? Because his delicate chest, to go with his delicate knees and his delicate little hands. Doesn't want to hurt his delicate chest. What's the pad for?
Below, help me keep the likes higher than the dislikes. It would be greatly appreciated. Not that I really care that much at this point. It doesn't even matter.
So he says, help me keep the likes higher than the dislikes. Yeah. But it doesn't even matter at this point. So he mentions it. He asks his idiots sort of subscribers to keep the likes higher than the dislikes, but it doesn't matter.
Over to the benching. As I said before, I'm going to be working with 50% and not run pendulum waves, and 25% or slightly more on the accommodating resistance.
He's not running pendulum waves, but he's 55%, he's going to work, and he's not accommodating resistance. And I mean, a good teacher, a good teacher, a good coach, a good instructor has such knowledge that they can just break it down and make the most complicated thing simple. That is what a good coach does. Makes it simple. What a bad coach does is complicate things, because they complicate things to cover up their lack of knowledge. So when they try to fake, how many times have you spoken to someone that's used a load of big words and all sort of big terminology and all, really complex terminology because they don't know anything they're talking about, so they pull all these big words out their arse. They don't really understand them themselves, but they read them somewhere, and now they're trying to baffle you with science and all the rest of it. This is what this guy's doing. Because I've had some amazing coaches, in martial arts, everything, and a good coach knows how to break down the information and give you it so simply that it goes straight into your head and you get it straight away. That is a good coach. A bad coach would just complicate things, make it seem like he's got all the answers, and you need him to decipher the magic and the mystery behind what he's trying to teach you. Nonsense. A good coach will always simplify it and make it really easy to understand. Not this shit.
And 25% or slightly more on the accommodating resistance. I'm going to be using the pad so I can work on getting more and more speed, not worrying about hurting my chest or anything. Now, one of the things that I noted, these really wide grips.
So he's got a little pad on there in case he hurts his chest. His delicate chest. I was joking. I didn't even hear that bit before. I have a little skip through the video, make sure there's plenty of meat in there for me to gorge on. But he actually said it. He said, I've got a delicate chest, so I've got the pad because I'm going to do very fast speed work, and it might hurt my delicate chest. So I've got the pad on.
I'm going to be using the pad so I can work on getting more and more speed, not worrying about hurting my chest or anything. Now, one of the things that I noted, these really wide grips, because I'm doing 3 sets
Look at the chains.
Wide, medium, and then close grip. As I've been noting, the wide grip on things like the floor press feels phenomenal as far as just chest activation and overall muscle recruitment. So I'm going to keep doing that. But my speed work, I definitely struggled to get any bar speed with the wide grip. So I think what I need to do is basically do medium, close, and then even closer. So I'm probably going to, next time, instead of putting like my index finger or anything on the ring like here, I'm going to maybe start with my pinkies on the edge of the rings.
Does he really think people tune in every day to watch like 7 videos of him working out, trying to work out like some sort of old age pensioner? Does he really think people tune in? They wake up in the morning and they think, oh, I better watch Jason Blaha's videos, make sure he's, he's still working out and blah, blah, blah. See what he's up to, make sure he's getting some gains. Look at the fucking thing. Yeah, anyway, so something I did notice.
Bring it into a medium grip further in, which would really be a...
So his shorts do look quite clean here. They look quite clean. I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. Yeah, they look quite clean. No bulge in those drawers, but that's because he's got a mangina, and or he's got it sort of taped between his legs like the transsexuals do, or maybe he's just sometimes, I don't know. I've heard stories that they push it all up into their stomach somehow, and he's got plenty of room in that stomach there. But anyway, so his shorts do look quite clean, if a little empty. Yeah, but they look quite clean for now. And I actually think he goes off mid-set, because we know he likes to do lots of other things while he's resting. Move a bit of furniture, run to the shops, do a bit of G4P masturbating for his fans, his special fans. So I think somewhere between when this is filmed, maybe it's filmed over a couple of days, I don't know, but he's certainly done some G4P work, because he gets his shorts by the end of the video covered in cum again. And he actually addresses it. He says it's not cum. Although it looks like cum, it's not cum, it's chalk. It's chalk, guys. It's not cum. It's not glistening cum that looks like a snail scrawled across it. No, it's chalk. We get to that in a minute. All right, because there's just something I want to see. I want to show you what an athlete this guy is. He always mentions it. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, guys. I'm an advanced elite powerlifter and an athlete. I'm a master's lifter. Let's check out how athletic he is as he just rolls around on the floor like a hippo. Watch this.
Working on it a lot. And what I will note, I did the wide grip floor press today. We just started doing this again the other day, so this is the second workout, so I went up another 5 pounds. I have to admit, doing these really wide, I felt my chest phenomenally well. And to be fair, as I got deeper into the sets, I started feeling my triceps really, really effectively again.
He's so shit, isn't he? Fucking hell. I mean, how long do you reckon he's been doing this shit? 15, 20 years in the iron game? He's just shit. He's got no upper body. He's like a woman. All hippie and arsey and big chunky thighs, thunder thighs. But, there's no upper body. It's like withered. The whole top part of his body, apart from the hunchback. The hunchback. Apart from the hunchback, which is heavily developed because it's almost like a tumour. Lots of pus, no doubt. Huge tumour on his back. Hunched back. And his left arm is completely withered. But apart from the hunchback, his fucking top half is absolutely fucked. He's got no calves, tiny little calves, compared to the rest of his body, and he's got this just massive arse and hips, like a middle-aged woman. Absolutely strange. I know he's carrying an extra chromosome and all that stuff, and he's got the old Klinefelters, but very bizarre.
Yeah. This is an intense amount of muscle being used in my pecs.
All right, as you're watching me, guys, just remember, this is dynamic effort you're watching here. Let's carry on watching this dynamic effort.
Especially with the wide grip. This is a phenomenal pec builder. If I were to go just based on activation, and that's what we need to think of. Our hypertrophy work like this is for what purpose? It's to stack muscle on. Now,
stack muscle on. He's stacking muscle on, guys. dynamically effort. Absolutely pathetic. Anyway, watch him try and get off the floor.
Some of it we can have carryover. Some of the stuff I do, some cheating and everything else. But a lot of these movements, particularly for weaker areas of my upper body, just like
so dynamic. Anyway, I mean, he goes for a load of old nonsense here. Let's check this out. Let's see him get up again, because it's always fun.
Wide grip standing press, JM presses. These are going to be, and their variations, these are going to be staple movements for me for a while. And then I'll do other band work for triceps, and we do all this other stuff to build my shoulders and biceps.
Biceps.
Okay. Of course, we have the speed benching. There we go. You can see I do look a little bit bigger slowly. Then these were tough today. They were hard to kind of get into position. 10s were hard today. What I've noticed is, because I'm doing so much grip work, that the axle bar is really hard to grip. It's almost becoming a limiting factor now as I'm getting more and more elevated. These were hard 10-rep sets, even with chalk. But it's because I'm doing farmer's walks every off day. So people are like, you do conditioning, you do GPP. Yeah, I do farmer's walks. I have farmer's walks handles. I do them 3 times a week. Usually first thing in the morning. Early in the morning on my off days. He's absolutely lying. He reckons he walks to the front door and back, doing farmer's walks, like it was at 3 meters or something. Not a lot. Just walking to the front door and back is his not G for B, GPP, general prepared, whatever it is. Absolute rubbish. Walks to the door and back. And then he talks about he does sit-ups and ab work. Oh yeah, that shows, doesn't it? Okay, along with all my reverse hypers for lightweight and everything, all that restoration work, ab work, rear delt work, rotator cuff work, stuff we're doing it pretty frequently. But that's all my. So he reckons he's doing farmer's walks, ab work, band work, rotator cuff work, doing all of that without filming it. Yeah, because he does that on his off day. That's how he rests. That's his downtime. Ab work, farmer's walks, rotator cuff work, band work. That's nothing. He just does that on his day off. So full of shit. Can you imagine doing that? The way he sounds, the way he's trying to portray it, is like he's working out 6-7 hours a day. Even on his day off. He's doing hours and hours of conditioning work and all the rest of it. Take a look at him. Does it look like he knows anything about what he's doing? And does it look like he's doing what he says he's doing? These workouts are done over days. He just chops footage in, just changes it around. If you look at yesterday or the day before's videos, all the stuff was over here. So, there's no consistency. He's just using old footage here and there. Stuff's being moved around. Absolute nonsense and lies, as we've come to expect from Jason Blaha. Just a fantasy world that he lives in. So, yeah, he reckons he's doing ab work, conditioning work, farmer's walks, all this stuff, but doesn't bother filming it. Yeah, right. Early in the morning on my off days. Okay, along with all my reverse hypers for lightweight and everything, all that restoration work, ab work, rear delt work, rotator cuff work, stuff we're doing it pretty frequently. But that's all my restoration and prehab stuff. We don't need it on camera. It's not my main training. So it's not his main training, so he doesn't put that on camera. Yeah, right. Anyway, so here he looks like he's been watching some of my videos, because he's starting to incorporate some of my techniques and workouts, but obviously he looks absolutely shit at it. So he's doing the old sort of elbows out raises to hit the traps and a bit of the deltoid. Check this. Most of this stuff. But and there's the cum stain shorts again. They're back. I don't know. I think it's working. It's giving me the activation I want on most of this stuff. So yeah, we got the cum stain shorts have made an appearance again.
So he's been off camera. Who knows how long it took him to get to this point? You know, maybe it's a different day. Maybe he's doing some G4P work.
It's working. It's giving me the activation I want on most of this stuff.
Masturbating on camera. Look at the stains again. He reckons that's chalk. He even mentions it because he's been watching my videos. Mentions that it's chalk. It's not chalk, is it? That's cum. We know what cum looks like. You know? If you're a fella, you've been fucking masturbating since you're a young teenager. We all know what cum looks like.
But, not gonna lie, these were tough. Also, I kind of laugh. I've actually had clowns like, oh my god, you got stared. That's chalk. These are brand new shorts that just came out of the clean laundry. Yes, this
So he's justifying the cum stains on his shorts again. These are brand new shorts, guys. They've just come out the laundry. Firstly, he doesn't do laundry, does he? Yeah, he's just been wanking on camera for, to make up some money for paying his rent or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has to pay a little bit towards his rent, in Section 8 housing. Maybe the government doesn't pay for it, or maybe it's just to get an extra bag of jasmine rice and some more Coke Zero. But yeah, he's justifying it, isn't he? He's going, oh, it's not cum, it's chalk. He watches my videos.
I don't know. I think it's working. It's giving me the activation I want on most of this stuff. But, not gonna lie, these were tough. Also, I kind of laugh. I've actually had clowns like, oh my god, you got stared. That's chalk. These are brand new shorts that just came out of the clean laundry. Yes, this is what they look like halfway into a workout. It's called chalk. I don't eat or anything else wearing any of these shorts. I don't think people realize that. The only purpose of my running shorts, I have 4 pairs.
I mean, he looks fucking terrible, doesn't he? This is a guy that's been working out, he says, on camera daily for years. Where's it going wrong? It looks terrible. The way he's swinging this around like a monkey. Anyway, so let's carry on for a little bit.
For them to work out in. That's it. That's the only purpose they serve. Just so that I am covered for nudity purposes. And plus, and you guys can see where everything is at. You can see how I change, gain fat, lose fat, gain muscle. Everything is all in the open. It's all transparent.
The only thing that's transparent is his skin. Anyway, so what we got here, we mock him, don't we? We mock him. We say he doesn't do cardio. Well, he does do cardio. I mean, there's a video of him doing cardio here. So very intense, very intense cardio that really gets the ticker pumping and the heart rate up and the sweat dripping. Yeah, very, very intense cardio.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I've had a lot of people asking me about my cardio lately, and I have a confession to make. For about the past month, I have really slacked off on my cardio, and accordingly, I have not lost any weight while eating my 4,000 calorie high carb diet. I've pretty much just recomped a little bit.
4,000 calorie high carb diet. I mean, he really knows what he's doing, doesn't he? And he's recomped. I've recomped, guys.
But this week I'm committed to getting back on the ball with my cardio, and since I didn't lift today, I'm doing fasted cardio right now. I'm probably going to do about 45 minutes of lifts while playing on the Xbox. I don't know if you guys can hear Skyrim playing in the background.
Fasted cardio. Do we believe he's ever done fasted anything? He probably wakes up in the middle of the night and just goes to stuff his face with crap from the fridge. So he's such a fat fuck.
Let me spin this around so you can see that. But definitely playing some Skyrim. I'm just working on my alchemy here.
Working on my alchemy. This is a grown man. Okay, this was, again, on his channel, on his shitty channel. These aren't my videos. These are his shitty videos. Look, going back to 2013. Look, I was actually linked this. 7 years of cardio. Doing low intensity cardio. Well, it doesn't work, does it? Obviously. We can see it doesn't work when we look at his new videos. Look, doesn't work.
On a mage type character. All right, put this back on me. But yes, I am a believer in fasted cardio to the extent that I think it's more beneficial for enhanced lifters who have superior nutrient partitioning. So I think
superior nutrient partitioning. What the fuck? Like I say, a coach will tell you break it down in the most simple terms. This clown has always read shit online, scientific pages, whatever, taking shit from other people's channels and just regurgitated it without even knowing what the fuck he's talking about. Absolute clown. Because he thinks the bigger words he uses, the more impressive it is. Ooh, big word, very impressive. A good coach simplifies things so that anyone can understand it.
for enhanced lifters, fasted cardio in the morning is a very, very valuable tool for recomposition. But I think that for the natural lifter, that doing it isn't necessarily as beneficial outside of the fact that it just helps create a calorie deficit. Because obviously you're eating less. If you're taking some time in the morning to train fasted, you have a smaller eating window throughout the day and you're getting your cardio in. And yes, I do recommend that people do primarily list cardio if they are going to train fasted.
If they're lazy, let's face it, that's why he does list cardio. This is probably like once a month he did this, or once in just a one-off, just for a camera, for the camera, so he can film it and pretend he does it. Oh, I do it every day, just like all the sit-ups and band work and farmer's walk that I don't film, but trust me, I do it every day. Anyway, so he's playing, what was he playing there? Some stupid Skyrim. One of my subscribers sent me this shit again from his channel. This was back in, 2003. So he was 36, 37. And this is how a 37-year-old, what he does with his time off. 37 years old. Now, if I think to what I was doing when I was 37 years old, I was running my own business, and a real business, not an online business or a fucking nonsense, online coaching bollocks. I mean, I had my own business. Yeah. It was the third business I had. So I had 3 businesses. And this was number 3 that I'm thinking of. But this is what this 37-year-old does. Goes to a little fucking scout hut somewhere with a load of nerds and plays Warhammer. And again, someone in my comments mentioned that, just his laziness, even in Warhammer. Laziness seems to be like part of him. Just laziness seems to be part of him. Yeah, he's lazy in everything he does. He will look for a shortcut in everything he does. Laziness is a key component to his personality. And what do I mean by this? Right, these are his figures here. Yeah, these are Warhammer figures. And one of my subscribers awared me that these haven't been painted. Yeah, so all of Jason Blaha's figures haven't been painted because he's too fucking lazy to even paint his little figures. Now, I know I said nerds. We're all nerdy about something, aren't we? I'm a bit nerdy about drones and BB guns, air rifles and stuff. I like that. We all have our little thing. Some are more sort of, macho than others, But whatever it is, we all have our little hobbies, don't we? But even in this hobby here, You know, a grown man playing with little toy soldiers, orcs and all that stuff. You know, the idea is you paint all the stuff, as far as I'm aware. You paint your own figurines, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. You paint, you know, when you hand paint things, when you create something, it gives you a sense of pride, a sense of ownership. You know, so all these, you know, his opponent has painted each and every one of his little soldiers, hand painted them. Now it takes time and effort and precision and dedication. Everything here has been hand painted, except Jason Blaha's figurines. Yeah? It just goes to show what a lazy fuck he is. But all of Jason Blaha's ones are just as they are from the shop, unpainted. Just a lazy sack of shit.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. And the enemy general is dead. Blood for the blood gods, skulls for the skull.
So look, this is one of his here, unpainted. All of these are here, unpainted. I don't know how you play this game. I know you got a load of dice and everything. But look at all the other guys' stuff. All hand painted, beautifully finished and painted. This dragon down here, beautifully painted. But all of Jason Blaha's stuff, just straight out the shop, stuck down, and no effort. No effort. So his training shouldn't be called dynamic effort or pathetic effort. It should just be called no effort. Lacking in effort. Everything about this slob is just lacking in effort.
6, 8, 10, 11, which means he's got a 6.
And there's only about 10 elves
He's now
left
4 at ward save still.
And this is the end of it. I won with 1,412 points against 220 points.
It's close.
It is an overwhelming victory for the forces of chaos. Blood for the blood gods, skulls for the skull throne.
Correct. I think, you know, if it was 10 to that.
I am destruction incarnate. None can stand before me.
He is destruction incarnate. None can stand before him. Well, maybe you should just paint these fucking figures at least, you lazy fuck. Anyway, guys, I hope that was informative. A cheeky little roast for the weekend. Like I say, I'm going to be back on because I got a few days off now until I start the new task in central London. So I'll be back on the fasted cardio tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, making up for the fact that I missed today, yesterday, and the day before. All right, so anyway, I'll leave you there, and I'll say like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family, and I'm out of here.
I ain't no white trash piece of shit. I'm better than you all. I can outlearn you. I can outread you. I can outthink you. And I can outphilosophize you. And I'm gonna outlast you.